Welcome to this week's episode of the RoyalVision Podcast. My name is Joe Fitzhenry. I'm the Sports Information Director here at the University of Scranton, and this week I'm joined by
Liam Burtis. I'm a sophomore, and I'm on the men's golf team here.
Liam. Thanks for joining us this week, and
Thanks for having me.
congrats on a big weekend for the Royals at the Landmark Conference Fall Preview. Talk about that tournament.
So that was good. So the fall preview is just kind of our chance to get down and play the venue that we're going to play in the spring for the real Landmark Conference Championship. So we go down there, we play a practice round, it's 36 holes, so Friday, Saturday, and we get down there, we kind of settle in. It was really good. All the boys were playing well coming into this, so we knew we had a good chance. And then it just, we just figured it out, put in some good scores on the first day. We're up by 2, and then kind of opened up a kind of bigger lead on Saturday. So it was nice. We won by 12 strokes. What was it, 6-10 to 6-22. Mm-hmm. So, that's really all you can ask for going into this.
Right. I mean, like you said, as good a result as you could have hoped for. And talk about how important it is to get a chance to play that course in the fall before you go back for the Landmark Championships this spring.
Yeah, so that's huge for us because, every golf course is different, obviously. So coming into this, I think only Matt, our senior, is the only one who's played this course. So it was nice for Jack, Dan, Ethan, and I to get down there and see it, kind of play it 3 times is all you could really ask for because you get a feel for it. You see it in different conditions on each day, and you kind of get to understand what you need to do to get around the course. Mm-hmm. So it's invaluable, to be honest with you.
And then I want to shift gears a little bit here. Overall, this fall season was extremely successful for the program. You guys were able to win the team title, obviously the Landmark Fall Preview, the Wayhill Classic that was hosted by Moravian. You were unbeaten in dual matches. How much fun was it this fall for you guys to go out there and have so much success?
It was a good time. It was really good. So I guess a funny story I have is my grandpa, he's drinking the Kool-Aid on this whole thing. So he was keeping stats for me, outside of your stats. Yeah. So he sent them to me, and I kind of noticed just the consistency amongst the 5 of us who kind of were the main nucleus of the team, mm-hmm. and just equal contributions across the board throughout the season. One match someone would step up, and then the next one someone else would step up, and it would just keep going on and on and on. We'd have at least 1 or 2 people breaking 75 each round, which is really all you could ask for because that is a pretty good score for a lot of the courses we're playing this season. So it really was the kind of thing that stood out to me is just the consistency amongst the team. It's all you could ask for because as long as you have no one blowing up, that's really huge. And we're good enough to the point where if all 5 of us put together pretty solid rounds, there's no one who can really beat us.
Mm-hmm. And then, all right, kind of a 2-part question here. So part 1, what initially kind of drew you to Scranton in the first place, also the men's golf program? And number 2, how much does it mean to play for somebody like Ed Karpovich, who's been here for over 40 years and has had so much success with the program?
I could just talk for hours about Coach. He is one of my favorite people I've ever met. But just to get into the first part of that question, I just have to say Glenmora. The course we play, it is unbelievable. It is immaculate, especially in the fall. You catch it when it's red and orange and all that. It is beautiful, and it's really good conditions too. Really, mm-hmm. It's really nice to play there. We get to play there pretty much every day, so you just can't beat that. And you hear about other courses that these other teams play, and they just don't compare to Glenmora. So that's kind of what drew me in at first. I was able to play it before I came down and decided to commit here, and then Coach. I guess that's all I can say. And then Coach. He is so helpful. The thing that he's probably learned in the past 40 years of coaching here is that being a golf coach, the player is his toughest opponent. Mm-hmm. You have bad rounds and you are your worst enemy, and Coach does a really good job of just supporting you and lifting you up, whether it's a really good round you put together or kind of when you struggled, when you put he knows that you're doing enough for yourself. You're already so hard on yourself that there's no reason for him to bring you down further. And whether you have a dumb question about some swing or you want him to take a look at your swing, he is always there for you. And he's a funny guy too. I know you know that too. You've seen him in action. You've seen some of the things he can just talk about, and he could talk to anyone too. Mm-hmm. He's met my family, and they just all love him. Everyone who meets Coach loves Coach.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. And then 2 quick fun questions to wrap up with here. Yeah. Do you have any superstitions before you go out and play around?
No, I guess it's kind of the same idea. It's the superstitions, they kind of I don't know how to explain it, but for me, I think of it as like golf is already hard enough. You already got to go out there and play 18 holes and put, like in theory, 72 good swings on the ball. So I try to like keep the superstitions out of it because I don't know. It's just there's no need for me to like have these other things that kind of like could either like weigh me down or bring me up. And say I don't do them. That's kind of what I'm trying to avoid. Just taking out all the like auxiliary factors within like a round and that go into a round, whether it's like balls in your pocket or tees in your pocket or like what glove you're using. You gotta, for me at least, I try to take them out of the game because it's already so hard going out there and putting together a good round. There's no reason to put extra burden on you, really.
And then last question, what is your favorite food spot on campus?
Ooh, I like pod. I like pod a lot. So my go-to order is like the royal sauce on the boneless wings and then in order the mozzarella sticks, even though the mozzarella sticks are kind of getting expensive. We can work on that later though. But, you know, I really do like pod. You can always pop in there, get your food, get it and go, and then get on your merry way. So that's honestly my favorite spot here.
Perfect. Liam, thanks so much for joining this week. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.